Let me start with the next average, right? Just previous session we have discussed five different averages: arithmetic mean, median, mode, chocolate, and harmonic mean, right? So here median, right, which is one of the average. So how to define median, right? So median is the middlemost value of the data when they are arranged in an order. This middlemost means, for example, if I just take 1, 2, 5, 7, 9, these are the five values, right? So it is already arranged in ascending order, right? So when it is arranged in ascending order, any order, right? So the middlemost value is called the median. Here 5 is the median, right? So the middlemost value. Next, the merits of median. One of the merits, right? It is easy to understand and simple to compute. Similar to the arithmetic mean, right? There also it was simple, here also it is simple. Second one, it is not affected by abnormal extreme values. Abnormal extreme values means two extreme values. For example, instead of 1, right? So here if you have -5, instead of 9, if you have 9,000, okay? Again my mean answer is 5 only. Right? So here two abnormal extreme values. So this median is not going to be affected, right? Because we are not dealing with all the values, right? Next third one. It is well defined by a mathematical formula, right? Whoever does will get the same result because we have a particular formula. We'll try to use that. We'll try to get the median here. Okay. Next point, fourth one, easily calculated for open and class intervals. Open end means either the lower limit will be missing or the upper limit will be missing in the last class interval. Right? So in that case, as we are not taking in all the values, as we are concentrating on the centermost value, right? So for open end also, we can just calculate median very easily. Next, it is used for quantitative data also. Right? Also, what is the idea? Right? Because quantitative, all techniques we are using for quantitative data. Right? And here for median, if you have qualitative means wherein we cannot express in numerical form. So such a type of data also we can utilize and get the median value. Right? This is one more plus point form. Plus point means the merit. One more, it is graphically formed. So just if you go back for arithmetic mean cannot be graphically formed, right? Here, median can be graphically formed with the help of cumulative frequency curves. That you are going to study in graphical and diagrammatic method, right? Right now, with the help of that cumulative frequency curve, we can find median, right? So these are some of the merits of arithmetic mean. Let me move to the demerits of median. Right? So here the first demerit, it is not based on all the values. Right? Because we are concentrating more on the central post value, right? The remaining values we are not taking some of the median. Right? So it is not based on all the values of the observation. Next, it is not stable as arithmetic mean. Stability is less compared to arithmetic mean. And it cannot be used for further mathematical treatment, right? Because there in arithmetic mean, it was used for further mathematical treatment, right? Because they used to find the combined arithmetic mean. But here, we cannot do that. So it cannot be used for further mathematical treatment. So these are some of the demerits of median. Let's start with the problems on median. To start with the problems, the very first data, find median, the very first column is of a raw form, right, without any frequencies. Right? So to start with the median, whenever it is in the raw form, first step is we have to arrange an ascending order. Right? Ascending order means from lowest to the highest value. So here the first lowest value is 2, I'll just take it. Next lowest is 4, next is 5, next is 7, next is 9. So I arranged in an ascending order. Next, I have to use a formula m equal to n plus 1 by 2 by 2 in the arranged series. Arranged series only we have to take it. What is n here? N is nothing but the number of values, the number of observations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here n value is 5. This problem. I'll make a substitution. N I'll take it as 5. So 5 plus 1 by 2. To value. Okay. What is 5 plus 1? It is 6. 6 by 2 is what? 3. So it is third value. 3 is not the answer. It is a third value from the arranged series. The third value is in this ascending order 1, 2, 3. So third value is 5 here. So answer is 5. So 5 is for the median, not 3. Be careful. So 5 is the median. Right? So when we have to arrange in the ascending order, so the centermost value becomes the median. So this is the second problem similar to the first one. So try this. Okay, similar to the previous one. So count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So n value is 7 and next arrange in an ascending order. Okay, so don't forget that. So once you arrange n value is 7, substitute here 7. 7 plus 1 by 2, that is 8 by 2 is fourth value. Fourth value will be getting the answer as 34. So 34 becomes the median. So try this. One more problem, okay, based on raw data, right? We had to compute median. I'll just arrange in an ascending order, right? So don't forget this, we had to arrange the first job in ascending order. Means here I'll just start with the lowest number. Here the lowest number is 2, next is 3, next is 2 is over, 3 is over, next is 7, next 8, next 9, and one more 9 is there, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 values. Okay, arrange. Next is I have to write the formula. So formula is ready. Next n value. N is 7 here. I'll substitute here. So 7 plus 1 by 2. Okay, so 8 by 2. 8 by 2 is fourth value. Okay, so fourth value, right? So here, it's not fourth value actually, sorry. This 4 I just forgot here, right? I had to include that 4 also. So one of the number it was missed. Okay, now we are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So n is 8 here, not stop. Okay, let's substitute 8 here. 8 plus 1 by 2, that is 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 is what? It is 4.5th value. Okay, how to get the 4.5th value? It is not the 4th, it is not the 5th. Okay, so two ways of solving this one in between value. Okay, so how to solve this in between? The simplest way. I'll just take the 4th value, one of the way of doing this. Plus I'll just take the 5th value, I'll divide by 2. Okay, it's the simplest way of getting the value whenever we have in between. Okay, so your 4th value from the arrange 1, 2, 3, 4. 4th value is 7 here, and just take up that 7. Plus 5th value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th value is 8, and just take up the 8 divided by 2. Okay, so 7 plus 8 by 2, you are getting 7.5. So median is 7.1. Similar to the previous one. So try this raw data. Okay, so here it is not in an arranged way. You have to arrange that in an ascending order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 values are there. So n value is 6. So 6 plus 1 by 2. So 7 by 2 is 3 from 5th value. So third value plus 4th value by 2. You are getting the answer as 3. So try this. Next problem. Compute median. Okay. X and F is given. So it's a frequency distribution. Previous 3 problems were of raw data without any frequencies. So when we have like this, right, this is the given problem. To start with the solution, okay, and just continue with this table by taking the cumulative frequencies. Either just you can call it as cumulative frequencies or less than cumulative frequencies. So anyway, that's fine. So to get the cumulative frequencies, I have to go on adding up one by one the successive frequencies. So the first frequency is 5. I will take 5. Next frequency, I should add up 5 with the next number. Okay, so 5 plus 9. So I am getting 14. So 14 is the second LCM. Next 14 plus 14. Okay, it is 28. 28 plus 7, it is 35. 35 plus 1, it is 40. So to cross check whether it is right or not, what we have taken, right? So So here, if we just add up the second column frequency, which is the total frequency n. So this column is 40, this value and this value will be the same. Right? It means the cumulative values is total. So this is the first step we have to carry out whenever we have the frequency distribution of this type. Next, I have to find the median. The median is given by n plus 1 by 2 value. So here a small change in the formula. Previously I used small n. Now I am using the capital N because we have the total frequency given. Okay. Yeah, what is again? N is 40. And just take that 40 here. 40 plus 1 by 2. Okay. What is 40 plus 1? 41. 41 by 2 is 20.5. So 20.5 value. Now there is a small change how to get the median compared to the raw data. Right? So the next job, right, I have to see the cumulative frequency column. Right? So I should set such a value such that the cumulative frequency is just greater than this number. It is 20.5 value in this column. Right? I had to go on searching from the top to bottom. First value take 5. Is 5 greater than 20.5? I will take. Next, 14. Is 14 greater than 20.5? No. Sorry. Next number. I'll just go in an order. 28. So is 28 greater than 20.5? Yeah, absolutely yes. So 28 is more than 20.5. So this becomes our median class, and corresponding to that, I just go to the first column, x value. So what is the x value here? 300. So median answer will be 300. So this is the way you have to carry on. I'll repeat again. So once you get m equal to 20.5 value, start with the last column, cumulative frequency. From the beginning, just start searching. Right? So the number should be greater than this nth value. Right? 5 is not greater than 20.5, 14 is not greater, 28 is greater than 20.5. So corresponding to this, so the first column, the x value, that is 300, becomes the median. So try this problem, which is similar to the previous problem. Right? So for the solution part, so get LCM less than cumulative frequencies and use this formula. So finally, n will be 30 pounds. Let me start with one more problem on median. Right? So let us compute median, and here the first column is class interval, second column is frequency. Right? So previous problem, x values to be of the discrete nature, now it is of continuous. Right? And we have a small change in working out. To start with, again the very first job, I have to get LCM, means cumulative frequencies, less than cumulative frequencies. Means I have to go on adding the successive frequencies. So first value 7 I'll keep as it is. So 7 plus 21, I'll be getting 28. 28 plus 42, I'll be getting, I'll just write the answers directly. I'll be getting 70. 70 plus 34, I'll be getting 104. And 104 plus 12, I'll be getting 116. Right? So here, and again to cross check, add up this column, you have to get it as 116, 116, and this 116, both will be 8. Right? So once this is over, so my next job is I have to find n by 2. Previously I took n plus 1 by 2, now I'm taking n by 2. What is n here? N is 116. So 116 by 2. So 116 by 2, directly replace answer, that is 58. So I am getting the 58 value. Okay. So 58 value. Next job. Again I have to search from the last column, cumulative frequency column. Right, the number greater than 58. So I'll just start from the top. So 7 is not greater than 58. I'll just drop. 28, no. 70, yeah. So 70 is greater than 58. Right? So I'll just treat this as the median class. Okay. Now I'll use this formula. M equal to L plus N by 2 minus F divided by F into C. Right? So this is the formula we are going to use whenever we have the problem is based on class interval form. Right? To start with, what is that L? L is the local limit of the median class. So here I just mark this class as a median class. So here you can just see one class interval. So this number 15 is called the lower limit of this median class. So for L, answer is to plus n by 2. N by 2, if you want to take that n as 116 by 2, you can write. Or directly I just got that 116 by 2 as 58. So n by 2, directly I write 58. Minus CF. CF stands for cumulative, preceding cumulative frequency. So whichever the median class we mark, just back, right? One step back. Okay, so one step back if I just go, right? I'm getting the 28 as the cumulative frequency. So this is taken as CF. So I'll just substitute 28 divided by what is here? That is the frequency of the median class. So here median class. Okay, so 42 is the frequency corresponding to median class. This I write as median class. So 42 is the frequency. I just do it as 42 into C. What is that C? C is called the width of the class interval. So here width, again I come back to the first column. So it is of exclusive form. So width means I just subtract upper minus lower limit whenever we have exclusive class intervals. So 25 minus 0, I will be getting 25. Or 50 minus 25, I'll be getting. So that is a common width. But right now, I have to take this median class width. So your median class width is 75 minus 50. My I should be only based on the median class interval width. So here 75 minus 50, it is 25. So I'll just take C as 25. Now I'll simplify. And just this 50, keep as it is till the last but one step. Such that it becomes easy for our calculation. So if I just simplify here, I'll be getting. So if I simplify, so this is 28 and 58. This is 30 divided by 42 into 25. Again 50 and keep as it is. I'll simplify this 30 by 42 into 25. At one stretch, I can do that. So I'll be getting 17.857. Now I'll take up this L value, 50 value. Okay, so 50 plus 17.876, we are getting 67.857. So this is the final answer in order to get the median. So try this problem of your median. So with class interval frequency, your class interval, I'll just take it as 0, 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and 80 and above. I think you are thinking that is an open class interval. Yes, it is an open end class interval. So second column you have 57, 64, 73, 69 and 42. Okay, so try this problem. So hint for this problem. Okay, so here one of the class is an open end class, below 20 is there. So for the first one, I'll just take it as 0 to 20. Because the width is here 20, so I'll just take it as 0 to 20. And the last one, 80 and above. Right? So I'll just last class interval, I'll just take it as 80 to 100. So with this, if I just carry on with the same way like previous problem, I'll get an answer as 48.630. So try the same way with this hint to get the answer. Let me move to the next problem. Again, compute median. Right? You have class interval and frequency given. Right? So just you can make a note, right? One difference. This class interval, it is of inclusive type. Right? So my first job is to convert to exclusive. Right? In arithmetic mean, whether you convert to exclusive or not, so we can just go with the problem. But your remaining, right, in median mode, etc. Right? So we have to convert inclusive to exclusive. So my solution starts with converting to exclusive form. So previously just I told you how to convert by using the correction factor. So there is a correction factor for the lower limit and subtract with 0.5 and for the upper limits I add up with 0.5. Right? So that 0.5 is called the correction factor. So if we just start 100 minus 0.5, you are getting 99.5. And your 129 plus 0.5, I will be getting 129.5. Next, 130 minus 0.5, 129.5. So 159.5. It goes on once if you know, it will just move on. 160 minus 0.5, so it is 159.5. 189 plus 0.5, 189.5. The same way, 189.5 to 219.5. Last 219.5 to 229.5. Okay, so I just converted to exclusive form. Next, the same frequency I'll rewrite 5, 18, 32, 20, and 14. And for the solution table, don't mix up with the question table. Because the question you have inclusive form, now you convert it to exclusive form. So by chance, if you get confused, and by taking here, instead of exclusive, you just move to inclusive and take here, the whole form goes wrong. So for the solution, directly start with exclusive type. Next, as usual, I had to get LCM less than cumulative frequencies. So the first frequency is 5 as it is. So 5 plus 18, I'll be getting 23. I'll just write the answer directly. 23 plus 32, I'm getting 55. 55 plus 20, 75. So 75 plus 13 plus 89. And here is n, 89. These numbers. Next is we are equal to n by 2. N is 89 is now outputted. So 89 by 2, we are getting the answer as 44.5. Again, we had to search, right? So we had to search the median class. To search the median class, I just start with the top 5 is not greater than 44.5. I would take 23, no. 55, yes. 55 is greater than 44.5. So corresponding to that, I just give a median class. Okay. Based on that, I substitute. What is here? Here is 159.5 plus what is n by 2. So here n by 2 directly I will be taking. Here it is here only. It is 44.5 minus CF. CF means the preceding one. So preceding to this median class, it is 23. Just take that 23. Divided by F. F means median class frequency. So here median frequency here, median class is 32. I just take 32. And what is C? C is the width of the median class. So here median class is this, width is 189.5 minus 159.5. We are getting 32. So that is the width of the median class. So similar to the previous problem, just first finish up the second part, right? And then at last add up with this first part, we get the final answer. And the answer is, I'll just write the answer directly, 179.652. Okay, so verify this answer. Next problem, compute median. So it is, you have to try this. Okay, just try the given data. So the problem, class interval and frequency. Get the class interval 1 to 3 and 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15, 16 to 18. Second column, 12, 37, 42, 36, 17, and 9. So here, 36 is 35. Okay. So try this problem. Okay. So the first job, this is of inclusive type, convert to exclusive. Okay. Then just go on with the method similar to the previous problem. Finally, we will be getting an answer as 8.785. But don't forget to convert to exclusive type. So again, the very first is, you have to remember, convert to exclusive type. Then only we have to solve the problem. Next problem, compute median. Okay, you can make out a difference from previous to this one, right? So here the values are, the first column in terms of less than, below values are given. And the second column is in terms of cumulative values, right? So the very first job is we have to convert this in the form of regular class intervals with frequency, right? That to exclusive type. So as it is less than, I'll start with the class interval 0 to 5. Next is 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. Okay, so less than 25 is that. So I'll stop at 20 to 25. Next frequency, right? So I have first frequency as it is less than, I'll just take 3 as it is. Next is 10 minus 3, which is 7. Next is 25 minus 10, that is 15. Next is 33 minus 25, which is 8. Next 40 minus 33 is 7. Okay, so this is the way we have to change the frequencies. So once you change the total here, okay, it is 40. If I just add up this column, total is 40, and here this 40 and this 40 will be the same. Okay, so now I just brought it to the regular class interval with the frequency. Next is I should take LCM. So first value will be 3 as it is. 3 plus 7 it is 10. 10 plus 15 it is 25. 25 plus 8 it is 30. 33 plus 7 is 40. Okay. Next we have to carry on in the same way. Remaining. Now this a proper format, right? So remaining you can carry on the same pattern. So next is I should get n by 2. So n by 2 is 40 by 2. So 40 by 2 is equal to, I will be getting 20th value. Okay, so 20th value, again the same number, right? So cross check here, right? 25 is the number which is greater than that 20. So here I will mark this one. So I'll substitute now. This here L is 10 plus n by 2 is 20 minus preceding is 10 here. What is F here? F here 15. So into C. What is C? Width. 15 minus 10 is 5. Okay. Now simplify this one and the final answer I just straight out. It is 13.333. Okay. So you are getting the median answer as 13.333. Next 12th problem. Okay, so try this problem which is similar to previous problem. Okay. Again here it is in the form of less than values, below values. Either the word less than will be given or sometimes like below 6. It is same way of doing. Okay, below 6, below 12, etc. Right? So first compute this one in the form, bring in the form of class interval 0 to 6, 6 to 12, etc. Okay, and change this frequencies 2, 5 minus 2, 10 minus 5, etc. Right? Then work out the problem by using this formula. So you get the final answer as 15. So try this problem. Next problem, compute median. You can make again one more difference from previous set. Previous set just we have the below values. Now it is above values or the other one is greater than 20, 40, etc. given and frequency cumulative frequencies are given. So first job I'll convert in terms of exclusive class interval with the frequencies. Okay? So here above 20 means I should start with 20 till 40. So 20 to 40 becomes the first class interval. Same way 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100 till 100 to 120. Because here more than 100 is given. Means I have to stop 100 to 120. And frequencies, I should change the frequencies. The first frequency is 70 minus 60. Next 60 minus 45, 45 minus 20, 20 minus 7, and last is 7. So if I subtract the answers, I just write directly. Okay, the answers would be 10, your first value, frequency 10. Next it is 15. Next it is 25. Next 13 and 7. Now it is regular class interval with frequency. Next is I should get LCM, less than cumulative frequencies. I should find out the values. The first value is 10 as it is, 10 plus 15, 25, 25 plus 25, 50, 50 plus 13, 16, plus 7, that is 17. So this here plus 17 it will be your value. Next I should substitute, right? So 70 and value 75 substitute. So 75 substitute, 70 by 2 is 25. Okay, so 35th value. Next, as usual, I will just search the value which is greater than 35. Here we are getting 50 is the class interval. So this 50, sorry, not transfer, but 50 is the value which is greater than the 35. So corresponding to that, there is 60 plus n by 2 is 35 minus preceding, that is 25 divided by n. So here it is 25, median class frequency, and C is width of 80 minus 60, it is 20. Okay, so once the substitution is over, simplify similar to the previous problem, and finally you will get the answer as 68. Okay, so simplify, you will be getting the answer as 68. So this problem, it is similar to the previous problem, so try this. Again, the values are above form, greater than form. So first convert in the form of class intervals like 50 to 60, 60 to 70, till 90 to 100, and change the frequencies according to that. Right? And get LCM, and finally you get the answer as 74.5. 545. So try this. So now the problem is on missing frequency. So here the data is given, class interval frequency. One of the frequencies is missing. We have to find that. Okay, to start with that, I'll just take like A in the missing frequency. Okay, so here for the solution part, I'll just take this as A. Okay, next one, I'll just take LCM. LCM, I'll just add up the same way like how we did the previous one. So 12, so 12 plus 21, I'll just give the answers 33. So 33 plus A, so it should be 33 plus A only. So 33 plus A plus 37, you'll be getting 116 plus A. So 116 plus A plus 46, we are getting, sorry, this is 70. This is 70 plus A. Okay, so 70 plus A plus 46, we are getting 116 plus A. Plus 20, 146 plus A. Right? So finally, you are getting 136 plus A. Right? And here, if I just add up the second column, right? Here also I will be getting 136 plus A. Okay. Now, I'll just write the formula. I had to make the substitution. So first is I should get the median class. The median class, here the given data, median is 7. Right? So that 7 lies between each class interval we have to search. Right? That 7 lies in between 6 to 8. 7 is the number which lies in between 6 to 8. So I'll just take this as the median class. Now I'll just move on. Okay? So what is n here? Lower limit which is 6. I'll just take the 6 plus what is n by 2? N is 136 plus 8. So I'll take 136 plus 8 divided by 2 as it is. Minus preceding. Preceding is what? 33 plus 8. So I'll just take 33 plus 8. So use the brackets because you have minus symbol here. You should be careful. Okay, divided by what is here? F is 37. Okay, what is C? C is the width of the class interval. So here 6 to 8 means 8 minus 6 is 2. So I'll just take the 8 plus 2. Okay, so with this, I'll just go on with the simplification. So if I simplify, I'll be getting 6. Okay. So next step is here m value. M value is given as 7. I'll just substitute that 7. Okay. Next step, I'll bring 6 to left hand side. It will be 7 minus 6. So here if I just take the 2 as an LCM, so it becomes 2. And the 2 if I just multiply with 37, I will be getting 74. Okay. By taking 2 as LCM, that 2 I just got it down. 2 into 34, 37 is 30. So it is 74. And remaining here 136 plus 8, and as I took LCM, 2 here I should multiply, and minus into plus is minus, so 2 into 33 is 66, minus, because minus into plus is minus, 2 into 8 is 8. Okay, and remaining here is into 2. Right? So if I simplify this one, and finally I will get the answer as, just remember the answer. And it is 68. So simplify this. So finally, we are getting that missing frequency.